They say love doesn't die overnight. It fades, quietly, in the space between two stubborn hearts. He didn't think it would end. She didn't think he would let it. And that was the beginning of the mistake. They weren't toxic, they weren't broken. They were just young and proud. He loved her quietly. She loved him loudly. He felt everything deeply, but struggled to say it out loud. She needed reassurance the way lungs need air. At first it worked. Her warmth softened his distance. His calm steadied her storms. They built memories in ordinary moments. Late-night drives with no destination. Laughing in the kitchen over burnt food. Shared headphones. Inside jokes no one else understood. It felt permanent. But love doesn't usually collapse all at once. It fractures. Small misunderstandings, tone misread, messages left on seen, arguments that weren't really about what they were arguing about. Nothing explosive, just silence growing roots. One night, after another conversation that circled the same fears, she said, "Maybe we need space." What she meant was, "I'm scared of losing you." What he heard was, "You're not enough." Love doesn't shatter, it fractures. And fractures are invisible until they split everything apart. He didn't chase her, not because he didn't care, but because he cared too much to beg. She didn't come back, not because she stopped loving him, but because she thought if he loved her, he would fight. So they waited, both hurting, both stubborn, both pretending not to care. Days turned into weeks, weeks into quiet routines without each other. We watched him change, little by little. He slept less. He stared at walls longer. He started drinking, not to celebrate, not to have fun, but to quiet the noise in his head. He told his friends, "I'm fine." He wasn't. Every night he opened their old messages, scrolled back to when things were easy. He typed the same sentence over and over, "I miss you." And every night he deleted it, because rejection would hurt more than silence. Meanwhile, she was fighting her own battle. She told everyone, "I deserve better." But every night she replayed his voice in her head. She checked her phone before sleeping, just in case he called. He saw her smile in pictures, assumed she moved on. She saw him laughing in public, assumed he didn't care. Both were wrong, but neither asked. That's the cruelty of pride. It convinces you that staying silent protects your dignity, when in reality, it slowly destroys everything. The drinking got heavier, the nights got longer, and memory doesn't drown. It waits. It sits beside you in the dark, until one night, the silence feels heavier than your own heartbeat. He sat alone, her name still pinned at the top of his phone, an unsent message glowing on the screen. "I'm sorry." In a moment of weakness, a permanent decision was made over temporary pain. They found him the next morning, alone, phone beside him, her name still there. When she heard the news, she didn't scream. She froze. Because regret doesn't explode, it sinks, slowly. At the funeral, she stood still, staring at the casket, replaying that night in her head. "Maybe we need space." They told her it wasn't her fault, but guilt doesn't listen to logic. It feeds on, what if? What if I had called? What if I swallowed my pride? What if I said I was scared instead of strong? She stopped laughing, stopped sleeping, started drinking. Not to forget him, but to silence the echo of his absence. Time passed, but time doesn't heal what pride destroys. It only stretches the pain thinner, until one night, standing beside his grave, she whispered the words she never said when he could hear them. "I didn't want to lose you." But stone doesn't answer, and silence doesn't forgive. The guilt grew louder than hope, and eventually, she chose silence too. They buried her beside him. Two headstones, side by side, two people, one mistake, two graves. And all it would have taken was one of them choosing love over pride.